What's going on, guys? Billy here, and today I want to do a quick review of the PolarPro Mavic Air ND filters. Without an adjustable aperture on the DJI Mavic Air, ND filters are vital to have in your bag to keep your shutter speed low. The rule that we want to follow is the 180-degree shutter rule, which states that your shutter speed should be double the frame rate that you are shooting at. This gives the footage that you shoot a perfect amount of motion blur to make it look natural to the eye. In this example here, we are shooting in 4K at 30 frames per second, and with automatic camera settings enabled, the shutter speed is really fast to try and compensate for the bright sunlight. That means within the camera settings, we want to lower that down to 60, which is double the frame rate of 30. Upon doing so, our exposure value skyrockets, making our footage totally unusable. That is where ND filters come in handy, as the tinted glass allows less light to reach the camera's sensor. Hopefully you guys understand why ND filters are so important and how they work. If you guys are a little bit unfamiliar with them, or just filters in general, I made a full filter guide for your drone. I'll throw the link up in the top right corner, and I'll also put one down in the description for you guys if you want to check that out. Now I want to get to the main purpose of this video, and that is to check out these filters. They come in a small case, which is what I love about PolarPro's filters. These things are often small, fragile, and easy to lose. Not only is the case practical, but the design is perfect. I know it sounds so dumb to be talking up a case this much, but it's the small things that matter when you're buying a product as simple as filters. Getting to the filters themselves, they are made of airframe aluminum, use multi-coated glass, and are backed by a lifetime warranty. The specific set that I have here on the table is the Cinema series, which comes with a ND4, ND8, ND16, ND4/PL, ND8/PL, and a ND16/PL filter. The straight ND filter's design is simple, whereas the ND polarizer combo twists for optimal use. These filters can be used when shooting over bodies of water to eliminate glare. The installation of these filters is very simple and reliable. I'm really happy that DJI integrated a way for these filters to attach. With drones like the Mavic Pro and the Spark, the filters would just sort of slide over the camera, but now with design cues from the Phantom 4 series of drones, the stock UV filter screws off so that the ND filter can screw on in its place. So back to what I was saying in the beginning of this video, I quickly want to show you the effects that an ND filter can have on your video. Here's an example of myself bouncing a tennis ball up and down with no ND filter installed. My shutter speed was set to around 1000, which is really fast, and this clip just looks unnatural. Like, the movement of the ball just looks weird. To my eye, it's not pleasing, and it's almost distracting in my opinion. If we stop the video really quickly, we see no motion whatsoever. Everything looks still with no motion blur at all. Now when we slap an ND filter on the front and bump that shutter speed down to 60, which is twice the frame rate of 30 that we are shooting in, motion blur is finally there because the speed of the shutter is so low. This here looks pleasing to my eye as it just looks natural. Pausing the video this time around will show a significant amount of motion blur, so rather than things looking frozen in time, looks like we have movement. Now, the tennis ball example is a good way to show the functionality of an ND filter, but when we begin to look at examples of actual video taken, the results won't be so crazy. A common thing that I hear from people and even see in their footage is that the video just looks choppy. Because of the high shutter speed, this is possible because of how quickly the shutter is opening and closing, so the general consensus is to use an ND filter to get the most natural looking footage possible from your drone. In my opinion, ND filters are a must-have if you're a drone flyer that likes to take video. Extra batteries are probably your most important accessory, but once you get 2 or 3 of those, I would invest in a set of good ND filters, and PolarPro is a company that you can't go wrong with. I use their filters on basically all of my drones. But guys, that wraps up this video. Be sure to leave me a comment down below letting me know what company or what brand of ND filters that you guys use, and as always, I'll talk to you later. Peace.